के दो पंख लेके उड़ा चला जाए रे, जहाँ नहीं जाना था ये वहीं चला है रे। कागज के दो पंख लेके उड़ा चला जाए रे, जहाँ नहीं जाना था ये वहीं चला है रे। उम्र का ये ताना बाना समझ ना पाए रे, जुबां पे जो मोह माया नमक लगाए रे, कि देखे न जाने न भाले न दाए रे। दिशाहारा केमन बोका मनटा रे। किले सारे भीड़ जाए दीवारें, प्रेम कोई सेंध लागे। अगर मगर बारी ही बारी जिया कोई उछाले, जिया नहीं गेंद लागे। माटी को ये चंदन सा माथे पे सजाए रे, जुबां पे जो मोह माया नमक लगाए रे, कि देखे न जाने न भाले न दाए रे। दिशाहारा केमन बोका मनटा रे। कागज के दो पंख लेके उड़ा चला जाए रे, जहाँ नहीं जाना था ये वहीं चला है रे।
Yeah, it's completely random. So obviously I'm from the US. Anwesha's lived in Calcutta most of her life. And so I had a bunch of friends in Boston when I lived there who were from Pakistan, India, Bangladesh. It's kind of like a group of like expat grad students who were all like friends, and just by accident I fell in with this group of people. I moved in with one of these guys. He brought me into the friend group. So I'm like the token white guy at this point. And all of them very welcoming. They're all like, you know, if you could ever make it to my home city, you could stay with my family, we'd love to show you around. And one of the members of this group was a girl named Sudeshna, I was friends with. She's from Kolkata. So I moved to LA, and right afterwards I wanted to take a vacation. I was kind of stressed out, and I saw that there was a cheap flight to Calcutta. So I asked her if she would be there that week, because you know, when am I going to get to see India through the eyes of someone who's from there? That's a very rare experience, and she was going to be there. So I was like, perfect. Stay with your family. Let's go. I'll visit for a few days. You know, see what it's like. And during that week, she introduced me to a friend of hers from undergrad who was Anwesha. And, you know, obviously I'm not thinking I'll ever come back to Calcutta. I'm thinking it's like a one-time trip. She and I hit it off immediately. She's hilarious, you know, pretty, very intelligent. And I was like, you know, of course, I meet the coolest girl I could meet in the furthest geographical location from where I live.
I was the first one to say that I love him, but he obviously eventually.
सच्ची तुम हो सितारों की परे हुई गलती सॉरी हमने गाया तुम क्यों सुनी किसकी मर्जी जो थे अब तो आए जा हमको ले जाए जा अब तो आए जा हमको ले जाए जा अब तो आए जा हमको ले जाए जा अब तो आए जा
It was a cold morning in London messages from or Rima, as you all may know her. The content of the messages, instead of the usual memes and very bad jokes, were about a boy. This boy was very friendly, with a very keen interest in India and Bengal, and he had the sweetest smile that reached his eyes. These are her words, not mine.
देखो आने जाने वाले सारे साथ खड़े हैं, कभी ना कभी मैंने भी तो ऐसे वैसे ख्वाब देखे हैं कि हम दो आस पास सास में और रात साथ बात करे, क्यों ना रह लो ना, अब तो आए जा हमको ले जाए जा, अब तो आए जा हमको ले जाए जा, अब तो आए जा हमको ले जाए जा, अब तो आए जा हमको ले जाए जा।
Coincidentally, or rather significantly today, we met exactly today, 9th of February 2017.
Very intelligent. She's very, very funny on many different levels. You know, she can be sarcastic. She can roast people. She can tell, you know, foul mouth jokes. Like every different level that I appreciate humor, she appreciates humor. She's also someone who cares deeply about people. You know, when she loves you, she's a warrior for you. She can be very stubborn at times. She's principled. She's thoughtful. She thinks carefully about her convictions. When she gives advice, it's really well thought through, and it's often exceptional advice. I can really trust her judgment on many different subjects. I can share a lot with her just very easily because we both reached the same point.
मुंडा थोड़ा ऑफ बीट है पर कुड़ियां दे नाल बहुत स्वीट है।
मुंडा थोड़ा
ढीठ है, वायरल हो गया ये ट्वीट।
पर फूल वूल करने में कूल तू बड़ी तेज कटारी है, शगन तेरी की लगन तेरी की हमने कर दी तैयारी है।
नचते ने सारे रल मिल के, आज हिले डुल के ले सारे के सारे नजारे। नचते ने सारे रल मिल के, आज हिले डुल के ले सारे के सारे नजारे।
खसमानों का नहीं लालू बड़े करारे, चढ़ चढ़ के चौबारे तेरा मनाल स्वीटू आजा मारे। आलू बड़े करारे तेरा मना लालू बड़े करारे, चढ़ चढ़ के चौबारे तेरा मनाल स्वीटू आजा मारे।
मुंडे पेलेंटी मेरे लिए हो गए सेंटी,
तेरे लिए हो गए सेंटी, तेरे लिए हो गए सेंटी।
तेरे लिए मैं सेट हूँ इस बात की गारंटी।
Yeah, I need a navigator to come and break it. This proves that I am not the weaker one. It's that.
खसमानों का नहीं
He is a very respectful kind of a person. Considering we come from very different backgrounds, we are bicultural. For him to actually understand and absorb my culture and as respectful as he is towards my family, that really mattered.
पिया तो सीने ना लागे रे, जाने क्या हो अब आगे रे। पिया तो से पिया तो से पिया तो से नैना लागे रे। रात को जब चांद चमके जल उठे तन मेरा, मैं कहूँ मत करो चंदा इस गली का फेरा। हाँ हाँ हो रात को जब चांद चमके जल उठे तन मेरा, मैं कहूँ मत करो चंदा इस गली का फेरा। आना मोरा सैया जब आए, चमकना उस रात को जब मिलेंगे तन मन, मिलेंगे तन मन। पिया तो से पिया तो से पिया तो से नैना लागे रे, नैना लागे रे। जाने क्या हो अब आगे रे, नैना लागे रे। पिया तो से नैना लागे रे।
At the end of 2018, she came to the U.S. We had been together for 2 years at that point, and we did a road trip from San Francisco to LA. At the end of it, I took her to Griffith Observatory, which I don't know if you know La La Land, but we're both big fans of the movie. And there's a scene where Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone had their first dance number together in Griffith Park. I wanted to take her to that spot and propose to her. As it turns out, I found out like minutes before it's closed to the public now. So I'm there, I'm driving on my way there, I have to figure this out. And I improvised. And I go to Griffith Observatory, this beautiful planetarium which overlooks the city of Los Angeles. It's high on a hill. And we go to there, and I take her to like another hill just below that one. So you can look up at the observatory, or you can see the entire city of LA. The sunset, and that's where I proposed to her.
relationship is the craziest thing, considering we are 12,000 miles apart, and it's a bicultural, bicontinental, bilingual relationship that we have. I think that's the most crazy thing that we have done.
तब से तुम नजर में आ रुके, हम तोड़ गए जब तुम झुके, तब से तुम नजर में आ रुके, हम तो हो गए ज़मा धीरे धीरे सलमा, अब तो होना है वही जो बनाए जहाँ, हम तो हो गए ज़मा धीरे धीरे सलमा, अब तो होना है वही जो बनाए जहाँ, हम तो उड़ गए उड़ गए उड़ गए। ऐसे अजनबी थे आपसी।
One day, as I was sitting with my grandmother, this one, she suddenly said, "I miss mother." It's what my grandmothers lovingly called mothers. This was days after we had met my family for the first time. Intrigued, I asked her, "Why do you miss him?" And she said, "He'd come down for coffee in the morning and sit with me as he read the newspaper. He saw me doing a crossword and said his grandmother used to do the same. We talked for a while. I liked that he sat with me instead of going to the dining table to read. For me, this encapsulates why I love him. It began with respect for you, one that grew into love. You not only respect me and this relationship, but my culture, my language, and most importantly, my family. And I'm really grateful to have someone like you as my partner. And I promise to uphold the same respect towards you. I promise I'll try to make you laugh on our bad days, your tired days, and lend you a shoulder and a hug on the I don't feel like that days. I promise to push and support you in any new challenges you wish to take up. I promise I'll bring some peace and patience along with my weirdness to our home. I promise to protect you, your interests, and your heart with what you call my carrier-type instincts. Anytime I feel like it. I promise to be a strong competitor, whether it's pinball or badminton or pool. You can pick the games since I will always win. I promise to fill our lives with memories and our home with inappropriate jokes, laughter, love, family, friends, board games, music, and the smell of delicious food and spices. I promise to try and stay up for movies we watch at home. I have a record of falling asleep. And I promise I'll share my donuts with you, especially after an argument when you're right. And I promise to make fun a priority in a world in which we're otherwise always stressing. But most of all, I promise to see us through a life of adventure, challenges, risks, and rewards. Because after all that we've been through, I know I could not have done this with anybody but you.
I love you too, dear. And it's distinctive to our relationship that I would ask you to do something you've never seen before, and you willingly do it in front of 400 people and excel at it. A lot of different traditions which have values. I spent a lot of time looking at what those traditions encompassed, what was best to express in this situation. And I thought about the particulars of our relationship, which is so unlike most. Rima,
I've circled the globe 7 times to be closer to you. We've tried every spare minute we could manage to be together, often traveling for days just to see one another. For this reason, every minute we have together is precious. Rima, I love you with all my heart, and in the presence of these witnesses, I choose you as the person with whom I will spend my life. I promise to adore you, to be faithful to you, to lift your hand when it is weary, and to wipe the tears from your eyes when times are hard. I promise to unselfishly celebrate your successes, to support you in the careers of your choice, and help you prosper. I promise to make time for leisure, to laugh, to play games together and daydream together, and share sweet nothings. I acknowledge that the risks we take are now taken together. I promise to consider your needs in every choice that I make. I promise to love you, not just in my mind, but in my actions, until death do us part.
कि हमसे ना कभी कोई आपसी, हम तो हो गए ज़मा धीरे धीरे सलाम, अब तो होना है वही जो बना है जहाँ, हम तो हो गए ज़मा धीरे धीरे सलाम, अब तो होना है वही जो बना है जहाँ.
No, I never thought I'd get married, so this has been quite a surprise. And more importantly, seeing how involved our families have been, our friends have been in making this a huge, huge success. It's been phenomenal to see everybody from all over the world, all over the country come to celebrate. Just the two of us. That just is so special.
हम तो हो गए ज़मा धीरे धीरे सलामा, हमसे ना कभी. हम तो उड़ गए उड़ गए उड़ गए.
Considering it's been a long distance, I think right now we're going the distance. So, going the distance.